Alright, so what I want to talk about today is like this feeling of nostalgia that I've been feeling recently, like how things were so much better before. Riders have changed, and I mean, I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing. Riders are still toxic now, riders are still egotistic now, and they were back then. It just looks different. And I'll talk about other things like how bikes have changed and how motovlogs have changed. This feeling makes you feel like, is it still worth it? Like, is it still fun? It's not like how it used to be. So anyway, welcome to my channel where we talk about bikes and Bible verses. In the end, as usual, we're going to have a Bible verse. And the first thing I want to talk about is how I've noticed riders have changed. Like, there's some things that I've seen in riders recently. Also, there was like this close call that I want to talk about. And the way, what I'm seeing is there's a lot more, not so much ego, because, you know, there's always been ego with motorcycling. I think everyone who rides has ego about, you know, oh, look at me, I'm doing something so cool, this is so dangerous, you know. More or less, other people it's more profound, like you can see it more, but the ego has changed. And what I've been seeing, like the other day I was just at home and I heard this bike sort of rev up a little. Now I heard a police siren just go up once, and then after the police siren I heard the bike rev up a bit, and I look out the window and it's this like guy who's the police are behind him with their lights on, and he's deciding to not stop. But it was kind of funny because, like, he wasn't riding fast, he was just doing like a slow chase. It's like he wants to be like, oh, look at me, I'm getting a police chase, but oh, I don't want to ride, you know, recklessly and fall because I don't really know how to ride. It looked like someone who didn't really know how to ride, to be honest. And to me it just seemed very ego, like try hard. They're trying too hard. You know, I was riding home from work, I was sort of sitting, you know, on this side of the lane, right where I am now. I've got to turn now though, but and this, I was doing about 80, it was on the highway, 80 kilometers that is, let's say miles, like 50 something, 50. And this guy, he just blows past me on his bike, like he's, you know, he had like a sport bike, inline 4. He busts my ear, he must have been going, like he was really close to me, right? And then, but then further up, ahead, he starts tapping his helmet. Like, it's like he's trying to signal me for something. And I've never seen that before, and apparently it's like, it means like there's police, or maybe he was in a police chase. I don't know what he was trying to say, or there's police around, but I don't appreciate someone putting, you know, my life and their own life in jeopardy by blowing past. Like, I could have, as it was dark, right, I could have just jerked to one side trying to dodge a pothole, right, as he was doing that. You know, there's no skill in that type of riding. It's just luck. It's just luck that something didn't happen. And but the thing that pissed me off most, and probably to do with the current modern riders, is then he's signaling me. Like, why are you communicating with me? What, you know, I don't want to communicate with you. You're not the type of person who I want any like, I've had people blow past me before, right? Now, like I'm saying, back in the day there were riders who were reckless, and you know, someone would blow past you and then they'd go off, you know, into the sunset. You know, you just give it a couple of words under your breath and that's it. You forget about it. But this guy, he's trying to like be my friend. He's trying to tell me, oh, there's police around, or oh, I'm being chased, or like, why would I want to talk to you? And it's just that ego, I think. Maybe it's like, oh, look at me, you know, trying to point out And that's what I see is happening. It's either people aren't doing things just to be reckless, they're doing it so they can show to others that they're being reckless. And I mean, look, bikers back in the day used to do that as well. They used to compare chicken strips and all that rubbish, which is still kind of a thing, but even more now with like TikTok and, you know, or social media, or like people ride around to show off, to show how good they are, to show, you know, to try hard essentially. Like I said, bikers were always egotistic, they would always show off, but back then it was more about like how much they knew. They would always show off about you know, being condescending to other people for not knowing much about bikes, and that's kind of different. And the chicken strip thing, and the group rides, you know, trying to outride each other, and that's by the way, that's the biggest cause of crash. Is when you're in a group ride, because you're trying to catch up with someone else. In my opinion, one of the most higher chances of crashing is when people are trying to catch up with the people in front, and it's the ego riders at the front trying to show how fast they are. So like I said, bikers have always been egotistic. It's just a bit different now, I think. The other thing that I've noticed has changed, obviously, is motorbikes. And especially like I love riding Supersport bikes. I've had a lot, maybe, I don't know, 6 or 7 in the past. I mean, I'm not riding one now, I'm just riding this because it was cheap. I'm enjoying the fuel economy of this as well. But today, the replacement to Supersport, I'm not like, it doesn't do justice. It doesn't do justice to it. And like, I know they want to change because of the Euro laws and stuff, but also the manufacturers are pulling the plug because people aren't buying it, because like the Supersport market just led to its own demise themselves. And this was before, you know, the Euro 5 emissions and things like that. I think like the golden age for sport bikes was like 2002 to about 2014. Like, that was the golden age. But after that, they became too aggressive, like hyper super sport, and that's kind of where now people don't like them, because that's what they see. And whereas before that, the golden age, yeah, they were super sports, they were still in their full right super sports, but they were just a little bit more comfortable, and the engine was a tiny bit not so extreme, like slightly. And I think that's where they went wrong. The Supersport market went too extreme in the past 10 years. Now no one wants them. I don't even want them, right? And I love Supersport bikes. I want the golden age ones. And then now manufacturers have overshot and gone in a other direction. Like, they're doing like Supersport with twin cylinders, you know, or 3 cylinders, the R9 or the, you know, the R7. The stroke size on that, it's like a Harley Davidson. It's massive, right? It's a thumper. That is not, that's like the polar opposite of what a Supersport should be. Supersport should be a short stroke, high revving, right? This thing's a thumper. And it's like, yeah, an R7. They just need to go back to how they made them back in the golden age of, you know, in the early 2000s. The last thing is motovlogs. Like, I don't know, obviously people don't motovlog anymore. Motovlogging, by definition, is dead, right? What people could do now, what a lot of people do, is make motorcycle content. Like, you know, the big YouTuber like Yami Noob and that, they got like a script, they got, I mean, I do that too. I've never actually motovlogged. I always started making, you know, talking about a topic, because that's kind of why, like, I had my reasons of why I wanted to do that, and that fit with me. But back in the day, like, I used to watch just people dudes just riding around and, you know, meeting up with their friends, and like, it wasn't scripted. It was literally just, I'm going for a ride, I'm going to strap on a camera, oh, I met this friend, oh, there was, you know, and I'm just looking at the bikes and going, oh wow, you know. Whereas now it's gone from motovlog content to now it's changing to being some like weird stuff. I mean, it went from that to extreme. Now everyone wants to be extreme wheelies and speeding and all of that, but now it's getting weird, right? Now you're getting like biker talk, which is like a sexualization of motorbikes. It's the, like, out of all things, right, out of all things that you could do, because they came from, if you look at Yami Noob, he made a video, right, and he talked about it, like, and it's saying it's an offshoot from Book Talk, which is you know, reading those erotic books, right? But then from that, like on TikTok, but then from that biker talk, where like I watched it, it's cringe. It is very cringe. It's weird. But anyway, I just want to end here with a Bible verse, and that's from 2 Timothy chapter 3, and that talks about in the last days, right, how people are, and it says like people will become lovers of themselves, like they love themselves, egotistic, you know, disobedient, like reckless. You know, people used to have manners before, like people had manners, people had respect. I've learned in life is pleasing to God, as opposed to being, you know, just obnoxious and arrogant. It says in the verse, people become boastful and lovers of money. All you see now on YouTube are these like rich guys trying to sell a course, a self-improvement course. So I'm still trying to wrap my head around that. I do YouTube because, you know, I wanna like inspire people and entertain people. I got nothing to sell, right? I got nothing like buy a course or product or anything. Maybe if I did, I'd make a different channel to promote that. Fair enough, right? But for my channel, I know if I've got something good, that's why I talk about Bible verses. The Bible changed my life. Following Christ changed my life, and I want to share that as well. So yeah. Anyway, that's all I've got. Don't forget, if you like this video, please hit the like button. Give me a comment. Write a comment. What do you think? Do you think something's changed? Something's shifted? Is there some nostalgia? If you like my content in general, please subscribe, and take it easy and ride safe.